Well, this is a project that we have made all the class, but each student has two different codes depending on the number of your computer. In my case, I'm number 5, so I enter to Programming Simplified Example. That's a website, and I choose the code number 5, starting to the beginning, and then I also choose number 5, but starting to the end of this list. My code is about mathematical operations. First of all, it begins with include studio.h, that are instructions for the preprocessor. These types of instructions are called directives. We can find these standard libraries std inside the scanf, that it's an input, and printf an output. In main, this is the main function of the program. If it appears void, means that it doesn't have a name of the function. It also contains a block, a set of directives inside braces. We write a brace that is useful for indicate that the code it begins. Then int, first, second, add, subtract, and multiply. It is to introduce the integers value without decimals to make the different operations like add, subtract, and multiply. Float divide, we assign float because the root of the division could be a decimal number. Printf, enter two integers. We enter the sentence. In this case, we say enter two integers. Scanf, assign the kind of value, saying if they are integers or floats values. Now we begin to enter the different formulas. In this case, we make many mathematical operations. First of all, add. We enter the sum. In second place, we enter the subtraction. In third place, we enter the multiplication. Sometimes in the division appear floats number because the divisor can be a decimal value. Printf. Now it begins the for printf for each operation. In this expression, we can see the result of the sum, and that means that that can be an integer value defining with the letter D, assigning the operation of the sum, add. The second printf, in this expression we can see the result of the subtraction. That means that can be an integer value defining with the letter D, assigning the operation of the subtraction. The third printf, in this other expression we can see the result of the multiplication. That also can be an integer value defining with the letter D, assigning the operation multiply. In the last expression, we can see the result of the division, and we realize that the division is more common if it's a floating point number. There's also says %.2f. That means that the result can be two decimals, or can have two decimals. Return 0 is to show that the execution of the program has finished, and the end braces is useful to indicate that we have stopped writing the code. Well, after that, we click to compile, and if it's correct, it will say done. We have to wait several minutes. Okay, close. Then we go to the inicio. We put CMD, that is the executable program. We put CD and 3 points, enter. CD and also 3 points again. Then we put the unity where we have saved the file, and the last step is to put the name of the file. In my case is project Eclipse. Two integers, for example, we can say 2 and 3. And that's all. This is my explanation of this code.